That's not right. No, that's about.
Whoa. Whoa. It's the illusion. No, Brick reporting from Brick Ship Earth.
Daddy, this is how big a Domino Rex tooth is. Look at the Dominus Rex tooth. And in real life, this is how big a Dominus Rex tooth is. And in real life, this is what the T-Rex tooth is. Look at that.
Yeah.
The Dominus Rex tooth is way bigger.
Gotcha.
Way bigger. Right?
Yeah.
But the tallest shark, the tallest teeth.
Can I do what I'm going to do?
Tallest teeth.
Can I do
is the Dinosuchus.
Okay. Can I do what I'm going to do? Whoa, this is the illusion reporting from somewhere on Brick Ship. Oh, Spaceship Earth. It is Sober Wednesday. This is a Sober Wednesday stream. It's Wednesday, the September 8th, an hour dedicated to those who suffer from all sorts of whatever it is, mental health, drugs, alcohol, bad relationships, Oreo cookies, too much ice cream, too much work, too much not work, too much fear, too much this, too much that, too much whatever it is that is getting in the way of you and your connection to God and ultimately your contentment in this life down on Spaceship Earth. Mm-hmm.
Dad, you want to see a Dinosuchus one? Bigger than
that's a big one.
This is the biggest tooth on the planet.
Yeah.
So Dominus Rex is the biggest thing on the planet.
Okay. All right.
I mean, a Dinosuchus.
Okay.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Dinosuchus is
All right.
the biggest thing on the planet.
Brendo, grateful for these days. 31 days today. Congratulations, dude. 31 days, dude. That's no joke. That's how many days he's got sober today, dude. So, anyway, so we're here for an hour dedicated to those that suffer. If you're not someone who's looking to get over their problems. Okay, bud. I got you. All right, I'm gonna do my thing now. Cool.
Did you know that
Knuckles?
Megazone's tooth
is
as big as you?
All right, we'll talk about it.
His tooth is as big as you.
We'll talk about it at 7:30.
Daddy, his tooth is as big as you.
Okay. 7:30. Okay. So this is an hour dedicated to those who suffer. So if you're here and you're not here to solve your problem and you're not here to be of service to those who have a problem, just please refrain from clogging up the stream. You'll be promptly deleted, never to return, because this is an hour for people who don't have access to some sort of solution any other way. So I ask that you just be courteous, and if you want to get goofy or talk about other issues, that's what the other streams are for. This is 1 hour to those who suffer. So with those who suffer, let's just open it up with the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. The wisdom to know the difference. You get better at that one over time, that's for sure. So this is not, yes. Like we were in agreement. You weren't going to distract me for this hour. Yeah. All right. Let me get the color balance is a little off. All right. There we go. So this is not an AA meeting. This is not a religious meeting. This is a spiritual growth meeting. This is a solution meeting. This is a space for us just to realize that it's okay to be messed up, broken, out of your mind, crazy, drunk, sober. But on the other side of this hour, we hope that there has been some progress made forward towards a greater understanding of your potential on this in this reality. So with that said, I'm going to read how it works from chapter 5 of the big books of Alcoholics Anonymous. If alcohol is not your problem, just replace alcoholic with or alcohol with whatever is your problem. This 12-step template has been used over and over again for various forms of unmanageability. So don't think that your life's, if you're out of control on Oreo cookies, you're in the right place too. I know we have some overeaters that are here, and so this is about all of us. So anyway, how it works, chapter 5. Whoops, I gotta get some new glasses, man.
Yeah.
You're almost ready to read this, dude, because I know you can read. Anyway, how it works, chapter 5. Rarely have we seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed our path. Those who do not recover are people who cannot or will not completely give themselves to the simple program. Usually men and women who are constitutionally incapable of being honest with themselves. There are such unfortunates. They are not at fault. They seem to have been born that way. They are naturally incapable of developing a manner of living which demands rigorous honesty. Their chances are less than average. There are those, too, who suffer from grave emotional and mental disorders, but many of them do recover if they have the capacity to be honest. Our stories disclose in a general way what we used to be like, what happened, and what we are like now. If you've decided you want what we have and are willing to go to any length to get it, then you're ready to take certain steps. At some of these, we balked. We thought we could find an easier, softer way, but we could not. With all the earnestness at our command, we beg of you to be fearless and thorough from the very start. Some of us have tried to hold on to our old ideas, and the result was nil until we let go absolutely. Remember that we deal with alcohol, cunning, baffling, powerful. Without help, it is too much for us. But there is one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now.
Right now.
Right now. Now. Half measures availed us nothing. We stood at the turning point. We asked his protection and care with complete abandon. Here are the steps we took, which are suggested as a program of recovery. 1, we admitted that we were powerless over alcohol, that our lives had become unmanageable. 2, came to believe that the power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. 3, made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood him. 4, made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. 5, admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. 6, we're entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character. 7, humbly asked him to remove our shortcomings. 8, made a list of all persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. 9, made direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. 10, continued to take personal inventory, and when we were wrong, promptly admitted it. 11, sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood him, praying only for knowledge of his will for us and the power to carry that out. 12, having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we tried to carry this message to alcoholics and to practice these principles in all of our affairs. Many of us exclaimed, "What in order? I can't go through with it." Do not be discouraged. No one among us has been able to maintain anything like a perfect adherence to these principles. We are not saints. The point is that we're willing to grow along spiritual lines. The principles we have set down are guides to progress. We claim spiritual progress rather than spiritual perfection. Our description of the alcoholic, the chapter of the agnostic, and our personal adventures before and after make clear 3 pertinent ideas. A, that we were alcoholic and could not manage our own lives. B, that probably no human power could have relieved our alcoholism. And C, that God could and would if he were sought. Amen. There you have it. And there we have it. There we have it, man. That's the template. That is the template, man. And so it's funny. Yesterday I was talking to this one of the tribe who's suffering right now, and trying to figure out. Again, the mistake is trying to figure it out. Is being like, I'm not really down with like the 12 steps and AA. It's a little weird and this and that. And he's like, I don't know if I'm totally down with like the lifetime thing and the whole, it's a lifetime, right? And I was like, so what are you doing right now? He's like, well, I'm drinking a couple beers, watching the sunset. And I'm like, are you stoked? He's like, nah, I know. And I go, so you want to be sober, but you're not. And you keep getting sober, but you can't stay sober. And I'm like, so maybe at this stage of the game where you are in life, maybe you can finally admit that it is like a lifetime reality, right? Like once you realize you can't escape it, like, and it's this thing. And so we got to talking last night, and I hit on a word that gets kind of overlooked, right? Remember that we deal with alcohol, cunning, baffling, and powerful. Well, we know it's powerful, dude. Like it's the spirits. It's powerful. It's super powerful. But I really got into the word baffling last night. Let Mike out if he wants out, and turn the light off. He wants out. Let him out if he wants out. Owl, it's a cat, and he wants out. Please let him out. Dude, if you don't let him out of the house and he wants to be out right now, there you go. Thank you. He wants to be outside, dude. And it is fair to Mike. And so, baffling. Yeah, there you go. I got you covered, Mike. Don't worry. And so you get into this concept of baffling, and like what's baffling is it's the amazing ability of alcohol. Ow. Hey, if you disturb me one more time, there you go. Go to the garage. It's baffling, dude. Like baffling, such an interesting word, dude. It's, you could have used all sorts of words, but baffling. And that is what's baffling is there's no figuring it out. It's baffling, dude. It's beyond our comprehension. If you suffer from addiction, there's no figuring it out. Like there's no like map you can make on the wall. Like it started here and it went there and in between here. Like if I just solve that one, there's no, you can do all these steps. You can get decades sober and you can still fall prey to alcohol's brutal grasps because it's baffling. It'll sit and wait for you. It'll wait decades. It'll wait your entire life. It'll wait till your deathbed to finally get tricky to drink. Yeah, I'm dying. I might as well have a drink. And then it's like, I gotcha. And so it's cunning, right? So alcohol is cunning. Like, so it's cunning, it's cunning. It's like a fox. It's like a stealthy predator, a cunning predator. And it's baffling, right? So one is the alcohol, right? The disease of alcoholism is the cunning part. It'll lie in wait. And how it works is, remember, the alcoholic reality pretends to be you. It acts like you. It thinks like you. It is you. It's inhabiting you. But it's not really who you are. It's sort of this invasion of the body snatcher's husk that's inhabited your reality. It really is like invasion of the body snatchers. Like at some point, like the thing got inside of you and just pretends to be you, and you just don't know that it's not you. So it's baffling because you're trying to figure out something that's infiltrated your psyche, infiltrated your molecules, infiltrated your being, right? And it's powerful, right? So it has the ability to it's more powerful than we are. And I think that's an important it's an important concept to kind of wrap your head around is that, like, if you're trying to figure it out, you're up against a cunning nemesis, and the coming nemesis is hiding right inside of you. It's not outside of you. It's not in a glass. It's not in a bottle. It's not in a powder. It's not in a needle. It's not in a cookie. It's not in another person. It's inside of you. The alcoholism is, right? It's an allergy of the body, a spiritual malady, and I forget what the other third one is, but you get my drift. It's real, and you can give it lip service all day long, but see where that will get you. Brendo knows 31 days into it, dude. Like, that thing's doing push-ups on his head. And so we have to go to the solution. And so I was going to try something different today. I got an unused AA book, so I figured we'd just do some random paragraph pulls from the big book, right? So I'll do it upside down. So we get let's see what the random paragraph pull has for us today. We'll do that. Okay. I don't want a big one. There it is. Let's see. That's that one. Nice break into the blossom, dude. 536. Don't ever go back to those benzos, dude. Jeez, man. Those things are we were talking about that the other day. The benzo detox is beyond horrible from what I understand. That's how gnarly it is. Think about that. Like, can you affirm, breaking blossom, how gnarly the detox off of benzos is? Cold turkey, dude. I'm going to give this like the one thing you do want is, if you're withdrawing from benzos, is to do it supervised. You can die. Like, you're lucky you didn't die, dude. Like, cold turkey benzo withdrawal will kill you. Like that. And if you're a super gnarly, like super alcoholic, you can't do that stuff on your own, dude. Highly, highly recommended to go seek professional help if you're on benzos and you want to drop that habit, dude, because they'll just knock you out for those 3 days where you could die. So breaking blossom, that's my medical disclaimer right there. I'm not a doctor. It's not even like the taper. It's like, you need professionals, dude. Like, that's the one. You can, like, heroin won't kill you. Other drug withdrawals won't kill you. Benzos will kill you, dude. Like, that's for real. Benzos are brutal drugs to get spun out on. And the interesting thing is cunning, baffling, and powerful, right? Like, people will go through benzo withdrawals, like the horror show that is a benzo withdrawal, and they'll go back to that. They will go back to benzos knowing that if they ever want to get off them again, it's going to be a horror show, dude. So 537, you're deep. I hope you got a fellowship, dude, breaking into the blossom, dude. I hope you have a group of, I hope you're working the steps and doing it with a group of people, dude. I pulled my paragraph. I got it here, dude. And that's not the point, dude. Again, I'm going to be super clear with the thing. The drugs were never the problem, dude. So if you don't address idle hands, dude, 6 years, good for you. Clean from the H-bomb. If you're not actually like dealing with the thing, odds are I don't know how you keep it, dude. Because it's all about giving it away to keep it. Like, you can white knuckle it all day long and get all cleaned up, but sustainability is about getting rid of why you needed to get loaded in the first place, right? Like, so getting sober is like basically kind of like chemotherapy in a weird way, right? Like, chemotherapy, yeah, it'll work, it'll get it, but it makes you sick. and you end up with the thing, but you didn't really get to the root cause of why you got cancer. You got cancer because of the environment you were in, of the life
Daddy,
that you led to this. Ow.
This thing needs power. Does it need power?
What are you doing? Arr. Arr. Yeah. So it's that thing of like, we're like, sobriety is about getting down to the root cause. It's figuring out where you got the cancer, not curing the cancer. There's no point in like taking chemo if you don't know why you got the cancer. I know it's kind of a crappy metaphor or analogy, but what I'm getting at is just getting off the drugs is just superficial. Wound maintenance. Underneath the drugs is the real problem. But like, I just want to be clear, the cookies, the bad relationships, the whatever you're addicted to, that's just the surface of it. That's the tip of the iceberg. It's all about diving down deep and figuring out what's underneath you. You know, so you're on a warning, dude. Right there. So let me see. Pops Cola. Kratom is hurting my spiritual growth. Why would you need Kratom, dude? The Kratom hoax, what? Because it's a plant? It's a plant? So is all of this stuff comes from a plant, ultimately. You could make that same argument with cocaine. Ultimately, it's a plant that goes through a refining process, dude. The Kratom thing, dude, look. The Kratom thing's brutal, dude. Like, so if I read the thing, I find the only solution to sobriety is a clear, close connection with God. So I'm in a pickle. You're not in a pickle. Stop taking drugs, dude. Kratom's a drug, dude. Like, but it doesn't access the same thing as like heroin, but it's like, it's the same thing, dude. It really is, dude. Yeah, the Kratom's a false door, dude. Like, don't, like, again, it's one thing if there's some sort of like catastrophic reason that you're yeah, Kratom's mega dicey, dude. It's, you know, anyway. So I pulled my random paragraph. We'll see what we got here. Page 161. Now, this house will hardly accommodate its weekly visitors. For the number 60 or 80 as a rule, all alcoholics are being attracted from far and near, from surrounding towns. Families drive long distances to be present. A community 30 miles away has 15 fellows of Alcoholics Anonymous. Being a large place, we think that someday its fellowship will number many hundreds. Like, talk about like taking a trip to the beginning of it all, right? Talk about taking a trip to the beginning of it all. Well, Isaiah approach, if you're gonna wield the hammer, just kind of assess whether it's trolls or just hammered people. Hammered people are welcome, dude. Like if anything, hammered people are more than welcome here. There's only one requirement, and that's a desire to stop drinking. But 10 years in jail. Ow.
I just need
Here, take it, dude. Go. Band hammer. Anyway, so I don't know. That paragraph pull didn't really do it for me, dude. So we'll try it one more time. We'll try the living text concept, dude. All right, here we go. We'll try it one more time, dude. My life became on page 504. Gutter bravado is one of the stories from the back. My life became the pursuit of intoxication. After a few drinks, I felt more normal and in control. I changed from a furtive loner into a party animal. My jokes were funnier. The girls were prettier. I shot pool better. The jukebox played better tunes. I could look them in the eye and mingle with the best of them. Thank you. Appreciate it, Bird. Yeah, so goes the story, right? Yeah, we got that's the bait. That's the bait to set the hook, dude, right? It got me out of my skin, man. I could talk to the ladies, I could shoot the pool. I was more creative. It's like I remember thinking all that stuff about pot. Like, pot made me more creative, the pot weed. Dude, you don't even know, bro. Like, I smoke the weed and I get in the zone. I'm so creative. And then, so when I used to drink, right, I used to be one of those, like, Hemingway. Like, you know, I used to be a writer. I used to write seriously, like, once upon a time. And I used to do the whole Kerouac, Hemingway, Hunter S. Thompson. The whole pickled writer thing was my gig. And I'll tell you what, Hemingway never wrote any of that stuff on whiskey, dude. No, that was all myth. Because go get your typewriter out and try slamming keys away while pounding whiskey and see what happens, bro. It's all myth, man. The whole culture of liberation through drugs and alcohol is myth. You may think that you got there, but you got to keep. But the trick is, like, literally, it is Neo in the car when he's like, "I'm getting out of the car, dude," and they're like, "You've been down that cul-de-sac before. You know where that leads." So for the young bucks out there and the ones is like, I know you're not going to listen. I didn't listen, but I was told this too. It's all been done before. There's nothing new in there. There's no creativity left in the booze and the alcohol. You might get some good scribble. You might splash some colors together. You might actually have like a super gnarly like skate session or surf session, or like I've had all those. But at the end of the day, it all leads to the cul-de-sac. And it's a dead end road, dude. And the quicker you figure that out, the better off you are. And I speak from experience as prolonging the pain, you know, perfectly timed, of course, on God's clock. But, you know, I didn't have access to this when I was in my 20s, or I might have heard some dude in his backyard going, figure it out now and save yourself a bunch of like life force, dude. You know, I think about that whole thing of like the amount of time I spent falsely thinking that I was being creative and like rebellious and fighting the system and being all gnarly, dude. And I was pickled and stoned and on acid and doing blow and just, yeah, dude, I'm like an artist, bro. Like, God, you don't understand. I didn't understand. They understood perfectly well. They're like, dude, you're blowing it, dude. Like blowing it. And I don't mean to come off that hard. You got to go on your own experience. Like I don't have any regrets about my experience, but if I could help you out, if you're on the beginning side of this, I know there's a lot of young people sometimes on this channel. If you can get on the young side of this and realize it's a waste of time. Getting loaded, drinking, hanging out at the bar, shooting pool. Like, yeah, you have some great times in there. You'll have some great times in there. But every one of those great times you have loaded, pickled, stoned, whatever, you're probably maybe losing 20 other great times that could have been had without that, if that makes any sense. Like it's probably like somewhere in there, like a 1 to 20 ratio. Maybe even higher, maybe 1 to 100, dude. I don't know, because I was loaded, right? But I can look at my life now as a sober dude, like what, 11 years sober, right? I can tell you, and this is a cliche statement, is my worst day sober, I'm not going to say it was better than my best day high, but it's like 80%, right? Like the best days were like top notch, but my worst day sober is pretty darn good, man. Once I truly get into gratitude about it, once I truly understand the blessing of that bad day, when I truly understand that bad day will equal a truly good day, right? Like that was on the like that's around the corner. Yeah, what up for
7:03?
Oh,
That makes sense.
7:03. Okay. 7:30 I'll be done. Okay. Timekeeper. Yeah. And so why don't you go have a snack or something to hold you over. Go help yourself. Okay? No, when I'm done here I'll make dinner, okay? But I'm not, if you disturb me, I'm not. I'm gonna send you to bed without dinner, dude. I only smoke green, bro. Just wasting your time, dude. Sooner you figure that out, like the better you'll be, dude. I smoked more green than you'll smoke, dude. During a cooler time to be smoking the green, when it actually like counted for something. Doesn't count now, dude. By the way, all that green you're smoking now doesn't count, bro. There was no adventure in it. There was no adventure in that green. At least we had to go on the adventure. And at the end, I'll tell you what is the amount of the minutes of my life that I wasted stone. That's the tragedy. At least when I was drunk, dude, like there was no excuse. I was just hammered. Like, ah. But stoned, like those were like semi-conscious moments, like wasted, like, dude, that burrito was so gnarly. Oh my God, that was, dude. I can tap into the stoner thing, dude. I just hope you realize it's really is just a fanatical waste of time, dude. And I used to be a fanatic, dude. I used to be a 100% marijuana fanatic, dude. Lunatic, dude. Brendo Manning, but he said, I'm not mad, most noble Festus, but speaking forth the words of truth and soberness, Acts 26:25. But he said, I am not mad, most noble Festus, but speak forth the words of truth and soberness. Thank you, Brendan. Interesting. So it's the thing of like, look, man, the whole I'll go on a little bit of the weed thing for a moment, because I'm gonna just like, if you're not smoking the weed because it came from the grave of the seed from the grave of King Solomon, and you're doing the God dance with it like Bob Marley, and you're chilling, and you're not doing like the Rasta. And you're just sitting around with your like Xbox or your micro brew and your whatever USA, dude, you ain't smoking green, bro. You're just buying leafy pharmaceuticals produced by the pharmaceutical corporations. I'm kind of on a rant here, which takes me away from the sober thing. But again, this is what it is. Let's dispel the myth. Let's dispel the mind virus that leads you to waste your time being loaded, dude. And you can cunning, baffling, and powerful. Baffling, powerful, cunning, dude. It will tell you that, bro, like I'm free. I'm here to tell you in 2021, unless you put that seed in the dirt yourself, you're smoking the corporation's weed, and you're worse off than a dude who's going to get a 6-pack. You know what? Because at least the 6-pack dude, the drunk dude on the whiskey, is probably going to fall down a flight of stairs and like smash his face up in a fist fight or do something stupid and ultimately probably get sober. The con job with the marijuana thing is you'll sit there and linger for decades, just smoking your whatever you guys do nowadays, dabs or whatever it is. Like, do you know how dabs are made? If that could be any, stop it, dude. What are you doing? What'd you just do? Don't do that.
I do.
Bite my hair? Go. No, go. You can sit on the other chair. Yeah, dude, don't do that. What are you doing, dude? No. I've been hung out with you and done what you've wanted all day long. You know the time we're in right now. We agreed. We talked earlier, right? When I started this. You know what I'm doing. You can bug me during most streams, not when I'm doing these, right? Because this isn't about me. It's about someone else who's like sitting on the other side, just trying to cure their mental health issues with a bong and a 6-pack and a packet of powders, dude.
Only one guy is here, Daddy.
You're not smoking weed. You're smoking drugs. Yeah, this isn't your grandfather's jazz weed, bro. This isn't what they were smoking in the jazz clubs in the 50s, dude. The stuff you're getting at the dispensaries is pharmaceutical. So maybe it's time to take a look at that. Maybe it's time to take a look at like why you would want to anesthetize yourself, why you don't want to look at the vibrant colors of life that are floating right in front of you. So I remember was early sobriety, right? Must have been 3 months, 6 months. I was sitting outside this meeting, super pissed about it all. Like, this sucks, man. I don't want to be this. Blows, dude. This sobriety, these people suck, dude. This whole thing sucks, man. And I was sitting on this bench, and there was this bush of, I don't know, vines with flowers all over it, and I was just staring at it, right? And all of a sudden, that I noticed there was like 20 hummingbirds just moving around in it. Like this bush just like on this fence had all these hummingbirds. And it was the first moment I realized that actual life, when you just look at like life doing its thing with sober eyes, far blows doors on any experience I had, like staring at a redwood forest on weed, bro. I remember just fully being like, what is going on over there? And just sitting there and being so conscious and in the details of the thing and just being like, wow, like what a gift that is. And it's that thing of what I'm talking about is we have these moments in our lives, you know, where we get to be sober, and it's not a curse. It's the true blessing. Because so me and my buddy Andy, we were at that fish show at the Forum, right? We're two sober dudes at Fish. Neither of us had been to. I'd been to some fish shows sober. It was his first fish show. We were sitting around. We were in that like overlooking the, you know, and everybody's doing drugs and smoking this and drinking that and eating that and and the whole thing. And like we were there and we tapped into the music and we're like at set break or like, you know, whatever. And my buddy looks over, he's like, this is so rad. I go, yeah. I go, why, dude? He's like, we don't need to add anything to the experience. And I go, exactly, dude. We can actually just be here and not be chasing the high the whole time. And if you're like a real alcoholic drug addict, you're just constantly chasing it. You're constantly like trying to keep up with it. Like, oh, I need another joint. God, I need another drink, dude. If I snort that or take that or blah, blah, blah. It's always add something. If I remember in college, there was this dude who was older than us in the dorm, dude. And he used to his whole thing was like taking photos of him ripping bong hits in these like beautiful places. Like everywhere you go, you get like it's before selfies, but they were like photographs, like selfie photographs, like actual photos. But anyway, his whole thing was getting photos of him ripping a bong hit wherever,
That
right?
was
Whatever.
So what is it?
And people smoke. That's like a pipe with water.
Oh.
And his whole thing was about that. And I go, I wonder what that looks like later in life. Like you are in all these beautiful moments and out on top of these mountains in northern Arizona or in canyons or wherever you are. Every one of your pictures is you with this like graphics bong stuck to your face. Just like, like, I'm glad all my photos burned up, dude. You know, so I don't know, man. And so it is what it is, dude. But we're here in the solution. There's genuine peace and sobriety. There's something in it, dude. I don't know what it is, man. Sometimes it's super peaceful. Sometimes it's the gift of sobriety is the ability just to deal with the chaos and be crazy and be like, I'm not going to get loaded through this. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like it's even like sobriety's brutal, but it's beautifully brutal because you know that like you're going to get through it. So I'm gonna like enough of me just waxing philosophically about pot weed and graphics bongs and what do you got? What am I getting into? Yeah, thanks, Bird. What do we want me to get into? Yeah, I check out Russell Brand every now and then, dude. He's sober, dude. He's one of us.
Of what? The masks?
No. Sober. Sobriety is bitter sweet. It's more sweet than bitter. Mahalo from Canada. Right on, dude. And you're welcome, Gavin. Never tried any smokes, weed, or drugs. Well, lucky you. Lucky you. Yeah, Nate. No caps, but I appreciate the mahalo from Canada. Canada. Get rid of that dude up there. But that's a different. When I was 16, I'm 49 now, and I just started remembering I was date raped, but I wasn't on a date. I was at a drinking party. Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's the stuff we got to deal with, man. You know, we put ourselves in a lot of weird situations, man, when we're loaded, dude. We really do. Any way to maintain old relationships with self-destruction once you're sober. Any way to maintain old relationships with self-destructors. Yeah, be grateful they're your people, dude. Your job is to carry the message. See, that's what I'll tell you, dude. Like, there's no point getting sober unless you do the 12th step, right? Having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we had a spiritual awakening and practiced these principles. What is it? I don't really get that right. This is what it's all about. It's not about you sitting around like being like, I'm sober, dude. That's not what this is about. Sobriety's not about that. Sobriety's about this. Having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we tried to carry this message to alcoholics and practice these principles in all of our affairs. Our main priority, sobriety's main priority, is to help another person achieve sobriety, dude. It's not to sit and like isolate or cut people out. It's to be a shining example for those who are looking for a solution, right? This is a program of attraction, not promotion, right? So that the whole gig is to go be a shining example of the beauty of sobriety. So to turn your back on your old people, I don't prescribe to that thought. There's people that do. I don't. I think that those are probably the people that you're meant to do the most work for. And it's not about hanging out with them as they puke on themselves or fall face down at the bar. It's about It's about being there. Like I got my old buddies I used to roll with. I bump into them every now and then, and they're like, "Dude, you made it out, dude." So what does that mean? They're like, "You made it out." They like consciously know that like I was the crazy one with them, and I'm sober, dude. 11. I got family, children, the whole thing, and they're still loaded, dude. 11 years later, like imagine that, dude. Imagine because I don't close the door on people. I still like any one of my old partying buddies right now and all the time in the world for them because I spent a lot of time in the depths of hell with them, dude. So I would be grateful and blessed by God to show them the heights of heaven, right? Like these are people that I walked through hell with, dude. And so if I'm going to write them off, I'm going to write myself off, right? Because God saved a wretch like me, dude. Therefore, the grace of God go I. It's this thing of like, no, our job is to go be of service. We're not supposed to go be like bleeding hearts and doormats for people. No, our job is to be a shining example of the potential. You think my buddies that I used to sit up in Topanga with doing blow in like weird trailers, like cradling all night, don't look and see my son and like my life I got going or like, wow, like, dude, like that's what happens when you get sober. Yeah. And I didn't ask for it. I didn't want it. I didn't seek it, dude. This is like what God moved me into and was like, look, dude, you need to be a shining example that sobriety can get you through fires, marital problems, childbirthing, skate parks, bad backs. Here, I'm going to give you a YouTube channel. Just go and keep talking. Don't turn it off. Just keep talking. Share it with everybody. Be an example of what you can do with me. Be an example that your life with me, God, is way gnarlier than your life with any drugs that were masking your problems. Let you be an example that if you come to me with your problems, if you're willing to turn your will and your life over to the care of a God, you understand and go do the work on it, you can live a whole new life. That God's not based upon only one chance. God's the giver of second chances continually, dude. That's what the whole gig's about, dude. Is God's just sitting there like, dude, are you ready? Are you ready to do this again? This life of yours, dude, it's not over. It's not over. So did blood it all, dude. Do I look like a dude who didn't get after it? Do I appear to be like a dabbler? Fuck no. Sorry, Al. I'm a warrior, dude. I attack drugs and alcohol like a dying man, just like I attack sobriety, dude. When the time came to switch my horse and go at a different windmill that was sobriety, like I went full bore. That's why I'm still sober, and the people that I got sober with, most of them aren't, because you only grow when you're sober. You only heal when you're sober. I don't know if that's Xenos is true. I know plenty of people that have way more sobriety than me, and they're like literally in the same place they were at the beginning. Like sobriety is not about like just staying comfortable. Sobriety is about getting really uncomfortable constantly to go achieve greater and higher things. Like you can literally stay in like your 12-step program and not explore the universe that God gave you and just be a sober alcoholic. Like you can do that. I know people that have been doing it for decades, just sober alcoholics, dude, and their life is still small. I don't believe I believe that you're supposed to go get sober to have a big experience. I don't know if it's going to be a good experience, a happy experience, or a learning experience, but ultimately the reason you get sober is to go big or go home, dude. Like, what's the point of getting, and again, there's no rules in sobriety, right? So what's the point of getting sober if you're just going to sit there and be a victim, dude? That ain't sobriety, man. Sobriety is about being of service by taking chances and showing people that you're fearless now, dude, because you turned your will and your life over to the care of God as you understood him. Sobriety is not about playing it safe, dude. Sobriety is about like constantly risking it all because you know at least you're not loaded, that your faculties are together, that your consciousness is on fire, that you're rolling with God. So you're like, all right, man, I'm going over there. I don't know what's over there. I'm running for city council. I'm going down there. Like, I'm going into the middle of the riots on Fairfax because I'm a sober dude. I ain't sweating cops. I ain't sweating Antifa. I ain't sweating none of it. You know why? Because I'm sober and I turn my will and my life over to the care of God as I understand it. So I'm like rolling hard. Like, and you know what? Because I went and did that, like it sparked off all sorts of cool things of other people, but I can only sit there and do these things because I'm sober. The loaded dude sitting there, a bystander in life, dude. And I know too many people that got sober and are still bystanders. No, go out and be willing to fall on your face. Just don't get loaded doing it. Just go out and go for it. Just don't resort to drugs and alcohol when you fail, or Oreo cookies, or whatever it is when you fail at it. Be willing to fail. Sobriety is about failing, dude. You do get that, right? It's this, dude. Oh, I can barely see, dude. No one among us has been able to maintain anything like perfect adherence to these principles. We are not saints. The point is that we're willing to grow along spiritual lines. The principles we have set down are guides to progress. We claim spiritual progress rather than spiritual perfection. What does that mean? That means go get busy living so people that are sitting in the ball of misery and loadedness can be like, damn, dude, sobriety's rad. I want to go get some of that, dude. I want to get me some sobriety, not because of any other reason than that dude looks like he's having a blast, bro. I don't believe in this dour, lame sobriety, dude. Like, no, dude. Let people do their thing, dude. Whether people get loaded or not, or smoking crack, it's none of your business, dude. Your business is you showing up for yourself so that you can be of service to everybody else, right? That's what God wants for you. What?
Remember when Owen said, "Throw bananas"?
Yeah. So.
Owen's funny.
It's like that. Yeah, we all do that. Yeah, when Dingo got sober, paid my taxes, like all sorts of, dude. I know people who got sober who couldn't learn to read in their 40s, dude. Like that's the beauty of getting sober. You get to go like be like a citizen, dude. As stupid as that sounds, like one of the great freedoms of sobriety is being a citizen, dude. It's dumb, but like that's how you get to rebel. You get to rebel by crossing your I's, dotting your T, and then throwing up these to anybody who steps in your way, dude, because you're rolling with God, dude. Don't you get it that sobriety is the ultimate FU to a corrupt and broken society, dude? Sobriety is the biggest FU to all of it that you could possibly come up with, dude. You know why? Because sobriety is about living good, dude. Sobriety is about loving good. Why is your
screen doing that?
Because it's getting too dark and the color thing's fading. I don't delete any of the sober live streams, but I appreciate that third dimension perception.
Get that guy out.
I only delete my standard live streams. I keep all the anyways, we wrap this up here. I keep all the sober live streams on the thing.
Right, 7:26.
I don't delete those.
You're gonna wrap up. You're just still talking. I'll tell you when I'm at 7:30. Okay.
Can I? All right. So as we come to the end of this on a Wednesday, is look, anywhere where you are in the continental United States, you can literally type in your city, whatever it is, Grand Rapids, Michigan, central office AA, and you will get an AA number. You will get a list of meetings, and you can go plug in and find the solution. It's people like me. They may not look like me. They may be little old ladies, dude. But I'm telling you, the people that are all tripped out about the little old ladies in AA, those little old ladies are warriors, dude. Are gnarlier than you'll ever be. And when you get to find that out, dude, you'll realize what this is all about. Yeah.
This thing screen doesn't
But anyway, so
Daddy, this thing screen doesn't need any power.
Yeah. But
Daddy, if its screen doesn't need any power.
No, you can unplug. Is that what you want to do? Unplug it? Yeah. Okay. So wherever you are, USA, type in your town central office AA, you will find us there, dude. And we're waiting to help you. It's for fun and for free. Nobody's going to ask you a lot of questions. They're just going to want to get you fired up and stay sober, dude. And look, if you're suicidal or you're experiencing any mental health issues, please call a suicide prevention line, call a friend, talk to the deli guy, dude. It doesn't matter. Literally just go find another human being and go, dude, I can't take it anymore. I need some help. I'm going to kill myself. And they'll help you, dude. But, tread lightly, dude, too, on that one. But what I'm saying is silence will equal your demise. If you're truly suicidal and you're suffering from other mental health issues, just go ask for help, dude.
Yep.
People want to help you. The most selfish thing you can do is not ask for help. So
there's
please,
a lot of people out there that want to help you.
Please, your life's important. All of our lives are important. But look, we need sober people right now. There's people that are just desperate for help right now. And the greatest help you can give is not being a burden to the world around you, including yourself.
Don't be sober.
Be sober.
No. Don't be sober.
No, we are sober. So you want to be sober.
I know, but the people on the screen is telling them to not be sober.
No, you should tell them to be sober. We're trying to help people get sober.
Why?
Because that's the good stuff. Because the people that aren't sober are drunk on drugs and out of their minds.
Daddy, what does sober mean?
Sober means that you're you don't put any drugs and alcohol in your body, but you're spiritually fit. That you've got it. That you
be sober.
Yeah, there you go, dude. Yeah, be sober, dude. Yeah, so you just asked that question 6+ years later, what does it mean, dude?
I can climb under his chair, Daddy.
Yeah, you can. All right, with that said,
out.
We're out, dude. Good night. God bless.
7:29. Wait.
Oh, time.
Wait. 7:30, bam.
7:30, bam. We're out.
Yeah.